AI is getting faster than you. Not better, not smarter, just faster, and that's enough reason you can get replaced unless you do that one thing AI will never do: lead. You don't need to panic, but you do need to evolve. AI will never be sentient. It won't feel, it won't care, it won't manage team tension, it won't hold space. It will never lead humans. So if you want to stay valuable, you need to shift how you see yourself, not only your tech stack. This is what it looked like for me. Maybe it's the same for you. I remember freezing the first time I was asked to explain the product vision. Suddenly, it wasn't about features or code, it was just about trust. I stumbled through it, and I felt like I blew it. Or those nights where I would push one more commit, not because it was needed, but because I was afraid of missing an edge case. Like, if I didn't over-deliver, they would question if I even deserve the role. I used to mentor juniors. I walked them through architecture. I would clean up their PRs. But I never gave myself credit. I thought that's just part of the job. But it wasn't. That was already leadership. I just didn't call it that yet. And I remember in team meetings when I would hold back. I had something to say, but I waited for permission. I thought visibility came after the title, but it doesn't. If any of that lands with you, I want you to hear this clearly. That doesn't mean you're not a leader. It means you're already becoming one. So let's get through 3 identity level shifts that AI will never be able to copy, and your next role probably depends on them. So shift number 1, stop thinking like a tech. You spent years optimizing code or tweaking your database, your indexes, your performance. You added one more QA test, or you tried to optimize your cloud infra costs. Now you need to optimize for clarity and impact. I once spent an entire weekend refactoring a function for performance, and on Monday, my manager said, "Hey, great work. Did it help user or just your ego?" And I was floored. Like, he was right though. My deliverable meant nothing if it didn't make a real difference. And on that day, I realized leadership isn't about perfect code. It's about change. So stop asking what's clean or what's better and start asking, what can change because of this? Shift number 2, handle humans, not only tickets. In my startup building days, we had a sprint meltdown. 2 mid-level devs argued over architecture. Nothing was broken until the tension collapsed the release window. I didn't write a single line of code that day, but I sat with them, heard their frustration, and mediated a mirror session. We shipped, and I led. Instead of avoiding conflict, ask, what's blocking you, and how can I help? You don't have to hide in your shell. You can say, hey, let's talk now. Shift number 3, document the leadership you're already doing. Here is why you don't feel ready. You have already been leading, but you just never claimed it. I remember many years ago when I was mentoring someone new in our platform codebase. It took extra time. Everything needed to be carefully reviewed. But on paper, I was just another dev doing code reviews. But on one day, I pitched a team-wide behavior update, and I cited my mentorship time as proof. That started many things: visibility, trust, and then promotion. You can write everything down. When you led a conversation, times you stopped or handled the conflict, times you held others accountable. That's your identity proof. That's your leadership case file. This is core to what we do in my community. I don't use BS frameworks. I don't use motivation quotes. Every week in my group, I help tech professionals document their impact as they go. And that's how they land leadership roles in 90 days, not just someday. And you don't have to become the boss you hate. You don't have to shout. You don't have to fake it or make it political or be authoritative, but you do have to stop shrinking in rooms where you already belong. Because tech alone won't save you against AI, that's for sure. identity will. Hey, extra value if you're still here. Don't wait for the title. In my school community, you will find folks doing the work before the promotion. And they're grabbing the momentum that follows. We call it an evidence wall. It's a living doc you add to weekly. That becomes your final interview pitch. That's how anxiety turns into clarity. That's how doubt turns into direction. If you're ready to shift and not just expand your tech tools, grab a form and start building your leadership identity. Click the link in the description. Talk soon.